Quantum physics, we are looking first at irradiation. It's all about irradiation. We start with bodies. Each and everything that exists, like each and everything that is on Earth, it's a emitter in electromagnetic waves. It's able to absorb light, it's able to do what? To emit light. So njengoba sibona ama-objects emile kanjena in each and every place, they are emitting light and they are also absorbing it. But is that the thing is that Leo light yakhona, it depends on the temperature of that particular body. So it just nayo lapha ama-characteristics where radiation that comes from ama-objects ahlukahlukene depend mainly on the temperature of the object. So say if the object has got a lower temperature, irradiation yakhona angeke sikwazi ukuyibona. For example, masingaba in a practical sense, this is a box. Sakubona ukukhanya okuthile ophuma kule box. Ngakhona wona red ophuma la mhlawumbe angazi. Mhlawumbe mina engamboni. But basically, if our objects are at room temperature, irradiation yakhona, it cannot be seen by the naked eye. So at room temperature, our objects, they emit infrared waves. And we know some infrared waves, they cannot be seen because they are not part of invisible light. But if the temperature increases, what happens? They start emitting light with different colors. For example, masingathatha charcoal, I emit radiation, it's just black charcoal and there is nothing coming off it. But if when the temperature yakhona it's higher, siyabona ukwenzakalana ngisho, qala wenza njani? Ukhanya kuphuma red. So ahlathi sizama ukuchaza lo red lo because that's the radiation that we're talking about. Irradiation, electromagnetic radiation, we're just talking about thermal radiation, we're just talking about electromagnetic waves, light. So at lower temperatures, bodies where they emit infrared, we cannot see it. And then if the temperature is higher, then they start glowing like red. But if the temperature keeps on becoming higher and higher and higher, it's white. White. So that's how we are going, that's what we're going to study about. It's just all about irradiation as well as Planck's hypothesis. So now the explanation thing is why do we not see irradiation of objects at room temperature? We must have objects at room temperature, just like the body's is at room temperature, but as born irradiation, we don't see any light coming off it. It's because infrared waves, we know they are not visible to the human eye. They are not part of invisible light spectrum. We know through electromagnetic spectrum, only this portion of our wavelength are the ones, or invisible light is only the small portion. So infrared, they are on the other side, so they cannot be seen by the naked eye. But the more when you increase the temperature of the object, that's when we are starting to glow. It's already glowing, red, and then it goes towards orange and eventually it will look like just white, all the colors within it. So basically, that's how irradiation works. So if we understand irradiation, then we can understand what a black body is. A black body is just an object that was absorb all radiation, and it can also emit all radiation, 100%. So it was absorb 100% of the radiation. At the same time, it is emitting 100% of the radiation. So it's a light, and then you shine a light on a black body. Normal object is using a black body. When you shine light on it, Leo light will be absorbed by that particular body, and then after absorbing that light, what will that body do? It will emit all of it nakon. So yeah, absorber completely in the emitter completely. So we call it a black body. Not necessarily it is black in color, but no black body just suggests it's a perfect absorber and it's also a perfect emitter of irradiation. So it absorbs the light, it keep a young light. But Leo is an ideal object because the one object is now like each and every object is absorbing light, but I emit young and but for a black body, since it's an ideal, it's a concept, it's a conceptual body in a sense, it absorbs young light, emits young light. So the radiation, the light, the electromagnetic waves that are coming from a black body, a black body radiation. So a black body radiation is just the radiation that is being emitted once that radiation ishuthini ama-light waves are emitted la. So i-black body emitter ilokhu njani black body radiation. Yeah. I-example, well, it's ideal, khumbulani is ideal, doesn't really exist in real life application. But i-concept, but ungayi-develop i-black body if you just take a box and then you open bese ufaka ama-holes laphaya to demonstrate i-concept. If you put okay, let's just say you take a box and then uyivule nje ipiece encane phakathi ufake imbobombobo la, like ama-curves. So makungena ilothu njani, makungena electromagnetic radiation noma makungena i-light nje basic, leyo light izo-reflector within bese njani ibe emitted yonke ngokuphelele. Yeah, that's the best way ama-scientists have been able to create a so-called black body. But in actual fact, a black body cannot be perfectly exist at that. It's ideal. But kumele sazi thina njani iya-absorba konke emithe konke. Siyayibona ngisho. But uma ungabona i-black body masingaqhathanisa mhlambe i-silver, ngisho siyazi ukuthi i-silver yona iya-emitha kuphela ngisho, like it's almost like a black body nayo. Because i-silver iya-emitha, ngisho siyabona ukuthi masingathatha into eyi-silver la and then we shine light on it, what happens? All izokhanya ngisho. That radiation, logo khanya, that's the radiation we are talking about. So when you take silver, for example, and then you shine light on silver, it's going to glow well. Yeah, but when you take this box, then you shine light to it, and it glow that fast. Yeah, so this one absorbs more, is silver, it emits more. But a black body, it just does everything perfect. So she's irradiation, it depends on the temperature. So we can calculate the power of the emitted radiation because it's the irradiation according to our experimental findings that were done by scientists. The total power of the emitted radiation, it increases with temperature. So see, if the temperature is high, then the radiation that is emitted is more power. We know that power is the rate at which work is done, is the rate at which energy is transferred. So see, if unyosa a temperature, the radiation that is coming from that object will have a greater power, will have more energy transferred per unit time. Okay, so if power just depends on the temperature. For example, if we take the sun in a temperature higher compared to this object. So the irradiation coming from the sun will have more power, greater power than the what? Than this object's radiation. Vele nayi le object kodwa angizwa le radiation, ayingishisi nokungishisa. Just the energy yakhona ayizwakali stan. But see, if we look at the sun we can feel heat. That's the energy we're talking about. That's the radiation energy we're talking about. So that's because the sun in a temperature higher. That's why in a power higher. So they are directly proportional. So power is directly proportional to the temperature to the power of 4. It's very directly proportional because the temperature is very high there. So it's Stefan Boltzmann constant. It's one of the things that we have here, as well as area as well. So the area of the surface, it also contributes. So if a body yako, a black body per se, yonki body nje, we can use this formula to apply to all bodies. So if that object, no matter that body, has got an area enkulu, it means izobanani ne radiation in a more power. Because imagine it, guys, masingathatha ilahle elincane bese sithathe istove esikhulu, stove esiyiplate elikhulu sithathe ilahle elincane, which one is going to be more hotter? Definitely stove esikhulu because it goes more surface area ngisho. So that more surface area is able to release more radiation into the surroundings, into the atmosphere. So power is also directly proportional to area. And the emissivity is one of the factors as now. The emissivity, emissivity, so it's emitting, something about emitting. It's emissivity. So the emissivity, it tells you how willing is an object to emit irradiation. And Lana Sitini, a black body has got an emissivity of what? Of 1, because it's a perfect emitter. It's also a perfect absorber. So it keeps yonke radiation engenakuyona. So it absorbs all, it releases all. That's why in a temperature a constant. Iya absorb yonke bese release yonke. That is indicated by this mathematical factor E is equals to 1. So the experimental finding number 1 that they were able to obtain. Then experimental finding number 2, It says the peak of the wavelength distribution, it shifts to shorter wavelengths as the temperature increases. So shuthi mabanyusa temperature sebabonile ukuthi the power of the emitted radiation is high. Babonile ukuthi it's releasing more energy per unit time. And then they also discovered that as temperature increases, the temperature of an object, as it increases, when the peak of the wavelength shifts to shorter wavelength. So say, maunyusa temperature, the wavelength of the emitted radiation, ibanjani, iba shorter. We know that already, from our previous laws, OE, which is, let's just try to write here. We know that OE is inversely proportional to the wavelength, right? You know that when we are having U lambda, the wavelength, if the wavelength is high, then we're going to have less energy. If the wavelength is long, we're going to have less energy. If the wavelength is shorter, we're going to have more energy. So as we are increasing the temperature, what will happen? As we are increasing the temperature, the wavelength is shorter. It means that we are having more energy. And sure, the temperature is basically kinetic energy. So when you are increasing temperature, we increase the kinetic energy, meaning you are making the wavelength, the peak of the wavelength, no matter the highest wavelength is shifting towards shorter wavelengths. And this is displayed by Ewan's displacement law. U lambda max times T is equals to 2.898 times 10 to the power negative 3 meters Kelvin. So lena ke Ewan's displacement law esisebenzayo just ukufakazela lento le ukuthi vele the maximum wavelength becomes shorter as the temperature increases. If you see the mathematics here, this T is inversely proportional to U lambda max. We can see that it's an issue. Yes. So that's it. And then this is some constant that we must know now. So let's look at this just to test the understanding here. So if we're having two stars, sinale Betelgeuse, sinale Rigel, and then this is the radiation coming from the stars. So when you are doing astrophysics, and then you see what you're having two of these bodies in the space, which one will have a higher surface temperature? Which one is expected a higher surface temperature between low Betelgeuse and Rigel? Which one? Which one do we expect to see a higher temperature? One, Betelgeuse angisho. Sibona ngani? It's the color of the radiation. When something is at room temperature, you don't see anything at all. But the hotter it gets, is the brighter it gets. It will eventually become white. Even a won't wavelength. All of them. But blue vele, it shows it's low thermal radiation. Normally there is less temperature there. And the temperature it becomes more glowing. So let's our experimental findings out too that were done, and we know that these once we do an experimental finding in physics, we need to somehow formulate it into a theory. Because once it's the finding with physics, let's be a formula. Because le graph intensity versus wavelength, we are obtaining it from experimental finding number 2. That says ama wavelength, they shift towards to shorter wavelength. The peak shifts towards to shorter wavelength as the temperature increases. So into etholakale experimental, they did an experiment, but toluti as the temperature increases, the wavelength will do what? It shortens. The wavelength of the radiation emitted, it shortens. So to attempt to theorize and make a formula to explain that, someone tried to use classical mechanics, which is I think it's two people, Ureyile, no genes. So those two, they combined laws using classical mechanics to explain the intensity of the radiation is equals to this formula, lambda T lambda, whereby UC is the speed of light, UK is the Boltzmann constant. This is known as Boltzmann constant. So labantu laba, they tried using classical ideas. We already know what are classical ideas are. There's a classical mechanics. Velocity is equal to distance over time. Something that you've been doing from grade 10. That is classical mechanics. We have classical mechanics and quantum mechanics. So labantu laba, they attempted using classical mechanics to explain ukuthi intensity of irradiation that is emitted by an object, it is a function of wavelength and temperature. So it depends on wavelength nani ne temperature. And nayo equation abayidevelopile. Yini ke yona intensity? Intensity is the amount, is the number of photons that are hitting a certain surface. Actually, we know with the irradiation here, we're talking about light here. So in light, energy yakhona si counter in form of photons. So photons is more like particles of light, packets of energy of light. So if we are having more packets of energy of light hitting a surface, so it is nani, it's the intensity enkulu. So the intensity is all about how many photons are hitting the surface. For example, when it is very hot, right, we assume that there are many photons that are hitting your hand. That's why you feel like heat from the sun up higher. And each photon actually is just a packet of energy. So the intensity is all about how many particles are hitting a surface at a certain time. So the intensity yakhona wenza nayi formula lena to attempt to describe why the experiment yet is giving this. Because the experiment is saying if we are having an intensity, if we are increasing the wavelength, what is happening lapaya? Look at the peaks of the wavelength. We are having the temperature of 4,000 kelvins land. We're having a temperature of 3,000 kelvins. We're having a temperature of 2,000 kelvins. Buga lega 2,000 kelvins. The peak of the wavelength, do you see where it is? It is a longer wavelength. It's between 1 and 2. But when you look at a graph A green, which is indicating a body with a 3,000 kelvins temperature, something beyond imagination. You see the peak of the wavelength is somewhere around lag 1. You see it's now shorter than the one with the lower temperature. And if you see this one, the red one having a temperature enkulu, which is 4,000 kelvins, the peak of the wavelength is smaller than lawa mine. So see, as we're increasing the temperature, the peak of the wavelength is going towards a shorter wavelength. The experiment is still nets. So urele wayenza yaba nets. And then he formulated this. After formulating this could not describe properly. You see, there were challenges with imodel yakhe because the formula le esebenza classical mechanics. The graph yakhona of intensity versus wavelength is this blue one. Siyabona ile e blue nayo. Masiyidweba le function lena, it gives us something like this. But the experimental finding here, do you see shape e graph kanjani? Ikanjeni. Siyabona ngisho. Is this thing the same? No. So it was a failed attempt at. You see, Rayleigh-Jeans law used the classical mechanics to try and describe this, but he failed. It was a failed attempt. But do you see with lama graph lawa? Ayafana only at a certain point. We learn. Ayafana at what? At longer wavelengths. You see, Rayleigh-Jeans law could only work for a longer wavelength. Could only describe the theory lena for what? For a longer wavelength. If we are having irradiation in a wavelength are shorter, right, like blue kanjeni, it couldn't explain it. So basically, this was a failed attempt. So the classical theory, it only works at long wavelengths, but it fails at what? At shorter ones. Because I want to see the macrapha of fan. I think mela fan too. I show the experiment show log when u candidate theory, they must correspond for your theory to be correct. But they are only corresponding if your wavelength in Benjani enkulu. Or should see at longer wavelengths, the classical theory can work, but not at shorter wavelength. So to try and fix that, Max Planck fixed this UV catastrophe in 1900. So now my assumptions that were made by Max Planck, right? Max Planck made these assumptions. As well, back to that image, Max Planck said, if we're having this type of thing, if black body must have black body kanjeni, irradiation engenayo, mayifika lapha in these small packets, noma in these small corners, like reflector cone, there is some internal reflection that is happening. So yena uthini kahle kahle, uthi here, khona ama oscillations that are happening. The atoms are oscillating in some way. So they are oscillating in some way in a harmonic motion. So yena Max Planck wavela wathini kahle kahle lana as irradiation is hitting these atoms, they are oscillating in harmonic motion. So you see all the principles of harmonic motion siyawabuyisa futhi. So when radiation is hitting these particles, they are oscillating in harmonic motion. So kahle ubiza lama particles lawa as in ama harmonic oscillator. So whenever you hear me saying harmonic oscillator, I'm just talking about ama particles lawa are responder to irradiation that is hitting the blackboard. So what is they are oscillating like a harmonic oscillator. And they say the energy of that oscillator can only have certain discrete values. When you say ama values they are discrete, you see away kamanye ama values angaba khona beyond noma besides those ones, right? So the general formula for finding the energy of a harmonic oscillator, energy and then a harmonic oscillator, akusiyo a photon, it's a harmonic oscillator for now. So En is equals to NHF, where N is the principal quantum number. So En is equals to NHF. Lento lena is not the same as the Bohr theory. Loya N loya ngendlela sinterpreta ngayo ku Bohr theory nama energy levels. It's not really the same thing. Because the quantum number N just tells you how many quantum particles are there. So ahlahle lo muntu lo uzama ukuthi i-energy iba iningi masinama quantum particles amaningi at that particular point. And then Planck's constant times F. Max Planck, he came up with the Planck's constant and everything else. So basically, where each quantum state results in different energies. So now NO1, you're going to have a certain energy. When you're going to have N is equals to 1, then E will be HF. So if N out 2, it's going to be 2HF. And you see the energy becomes bigger as the quantum number increases. The quantum number is telling ngama particles wethu mangakanani kahle kahle. The real meaning of it. Sayibona ngisho. Ngathi siyodonsa kancane. So 13 past. Let's spread. Okay, so a quantum number basically iyona NUC energy. So En is equals to NHF. So and then the other thing that he said uthi lama oscillator lawo siyafuna ukuchaza lento le radiation uthi buya. Lama oscillator are emitter noma absorber energy when they are making a transition from one quantum state to another. So if esuka mhlambe from N is equals to 3 to N is equals to 2, they do what? They emit irradiation. They emit irradiation. Let's not call it the atomic spectra. It's not the same thing for now. So they emit radiation when they are making a transition. It's either from a lower state, lower quantum number, to a higher quantum number, no from a higher quantum number to a lower quantum number. But if when those particles work, they are in the same level, then there won't be any energy emitted. It's more like a stationary state. So here are assumptions that were brought by Max Planck. And then he was able to develop this law, which matched exactly our experimental findings with. Actually, siyakhumbula leya classical theory of relations. It couldn't match our experimental observations. But now, Max Planck, after making those assumptions, he derived the formula for the intensity as a function of lambda and T. Wabona ukuthi this is intensity versus wavelength. And iyafana actually into le exactly nale besinayo lapha. We experiment, is it the same? The graph, is it the same experimental finding? Yes, it's the same. It looks the same. So this one was able to describe if we're at shorter wavelengths, then we've got larger energies. And then what else? If we're at shorter wavelength, then we don't have excited states. And then if we are at what else? There are also fewer downward transition. So basically, if sigma shorter wavelength, mhlambe suka la ku N is equals to 2 to N is equals to 1. So we are at shorter wavelength. It means the energy in code, such as the energy and wavelength, they are inversely related. So there is a low probability of excited state. But at long wavelength, we've got smaller energies separation. So it's the energy encane at what? At longer wavelengths. Remember, a classical one was able to only explain longer wavelengths. This one also accommodates the shorter ones. So at longer wavelengths, there is small energy separation, high probability of excited state. Just means to say, any chance for us to have more excited states then, and then many downward transitions. So more of particles are just moving down from higher to low. So more radiation is being kind of emitted as they are moving down. But here we've got fewer downward transitions. So Max Planck wakhanda le law leni. U-Kb is still i-Boltzmann constant. U-H Planck constant, u-C is-speed of light. So let's look at this here. Let's just try to apply everything that we've done today. I think we are in record time. So I don't think we can do all the questions, but at least we can try to do most of the questions. So here's an exercise. Find the peak wavelength. Find the peak wavelength of the black body radiation emitted by the human body when the skin temperature is 35 degrees Celsius. Find the peak wavelength of the black body radiation. Irradiation a black body. What is its maximum wavelength? What can we use lab to find the maximum wavelength if we know the temperature of that particular body? So, umuntu une normal body temperature 35 degrees Celsius. Sifuna ukuthi irradiation esuka emntwini leyo ingakanani in terms of wavelength yayo enkulu kakhulu. How can what law can we use lab? I-Wien's displacement law angesho. Yes, sisibowazi ukuthi leya i-formula leya i-Wien's displacement law in case mhlambe mangenza ukuthi bafake multiple choice bona uwien ungadideki. Wien's displacement law says ukuthi lambda max times temperature is equals to 2.898 times bani 10 to the power minus 3, right? Meters Kelvin, kunje? All right. So from here, this is quite simpler. You can find a peak wavelength because you know the temperature there is 35 degrees Celsius. But as per standard units, I want us now degrees Celsius and you should apply 7 subani or Kelvin. So you first convert your temperature to kelvins because we know that the temperature in Kelvin is temperature in degrees Celsius plus bani 273.15 Kelvin. It's fine. Just use 273 Kelvins. Fine. So here, if you're having your 35 degrees Celsius, your value is add to the 273, and then you find your temperature in Kelvins. The temperature again, you're just gonna substitute it. Then you know, if you're gonna substitute here, you're just gonna divide both sides by the temperature. You know the mathematics. We're not computing. I'm just giving an idea. Ama peak wavelength, ama maximum wavelengths, the biggest wavelengths of a black body radiation. That's how we find them. You will also do number 2 using the same sense because they say find the peak wavelength of the black body radiation emitted by the sun, which has a surface temperature of approximately 5,800 Kelvins. Ilanga has got 5,800 Kelvins, a very, 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 very high temperature level. That's why ilanga ma lower lapha it looks whitish. That glow here whitish, it shows it is emitting irradiation at a higher temperature. When you compare it to stove mouse turn on lapha, the hottest one, ukhala wakhona uvela unjani? Red angisho. I-filament iba ubani? Iba red. I-light bulb nakhona same applies. I-light bulb, if you don't turn on the light bulb, i-filament ayikhanyi, it's at room temperature, so the black body radiation incane. But when you increase, when you light onisa lapha i-light bulb yakho, senzakalani? The temperature of the filament becomes hot. That's why my light bulb mawabamba lapha they feel hotter because there is now a higher temperature causing ukuthi kube nani ne-radiation eningi. And leyo radiation iyona esikhanyiselayo imihla namalanga. Sayabona leyo nto angisho. So this has got application. Let's go to number 3 rather, because you will do number 2 the same way. A 2 kg block is attached to a massless spring that has a force constant K is equals to 25 Newton meters. The spring is stretched 0.40 meters from its equilibrium position and released from rest. Says Shilusi, this is way connected to AMA oscillations. This is very connected to any AMA oscillations. When the radiation reaches lapaya, and it acts as a what? As a harmonic oscillate. So don't get shocked when you see AMA oscillation. So you need to remember all the formulas, all the concepts from semester 1 associated with AMA oscillations, AMA vibrations. So here, Lana, we're having a 2 kg object. So the mass of the block, 2 kilograms, right? And then now they say with the spring constant, which is OK, is given by Bani, 25 newtons per meter. You see, you require 25 newtons to move 1 meter of the spring using a force. So the spring is stretched. So the spring here too, we stretch it. I'm not going to draw a diagram per se. We stretch it by 0.40 meters from the equilibrium position. But here, as I said, it's a nice spring here too. Now equilibrium position la corner. Then we stretch it. We stretch its spring here to by bani by what is that? 0.4 meters, right? So what is that 0.4 meter known as one? What do we call it? Or distance nje, x, amplitude. The maximum distance from the equilibrium position is known as the what? The amplitude. You see, when you're gonna release the spring, it's just gonna oscillate up and down, vibrating, coming back to the same point. That's the maximum point it can reach, the extent here. So you know, see the amplitude lapo is 0.40 meters. And then now they say it's released from rest, of course. So find the total energy of the system and the frequency of oscillation according to classical calculations. This one is just classical mechanics. There's nothing much about quantum mechanics. In other words, I quantum mechanics. They just want you to refresh in memory because you need this. Because learners function some classical ideas. So to find the total energy of the system, how do you find the energy of an oscillator? No matter how do you find the energy of something that is oscillating? E is equals to Bani half K A squared. Simple. So A you're gonna find it using E is equals to half K A squared. Whereby UK is the spring constant, right? And then OA is the what? The amplitude. To substitute. And then you find the energy. Energy, most of the time the energy lana, they want it in electron volts. So if you get the energy and normalize converting it to electron volts, the standard for converting says we say 1 electron volt is equals to 1.602 times 10 to the power of negative 19 joules. So see, one electron volt is 1.602 times 10 to the power minus 19 joules. It's usually used for quantum mechanics because the electron volts is better when coming to when interpreting energy than joules. What joules will seven in classical mechanics the most because it's a classical. So here, now you are done finding the energy. Now, assuming the energy of the oscillator is quantized, oh yeah, find the energy and the frequency. All right. Is it? Oh yeah, find the energy and the frequency. Energy says so. How are you gonna find the frequency then? Frequency. How do you find the frequency? Is cost 1? John. H times F. Now the 7 is Helen. No. Why not? Oscillation. They didn't say this is an energy of a photon there. So for energy of a photon. Masses are E4 mechanics. This other one. This is an oscillator. An oscillator has got energy states given by En is equals to NHF for an oscillator. But for a photon emitted, the energy is Planck's constant times frequency. It doesn't depend on n quantum state. Yes, if frequency, you need to remember, that's why I see you need to collect, you need to recollect all the classical concepts of oscillations. Because we did harmonic oscillator in semester 1. So you must know the frequency, derive the frequency that derive any, omega angular frequency, we derived each and everything. And we know that the frequency of a harmonic oscillator is what? 1 over Bani, 2 pi, right? Into the square root of Bani, K over M, noma M over K. K over M. That's the frequency of an oscillator. Please sibofunde statement. Singathi ngiwasazi ama-formula so apply la ngadingeki khona. Energy ihlukene. Hluke kakhulu. If sokhuluma nge-kinetic energy, so half mv squared. Angeke ukuthi kinetic energy bese usebenzise u-K angazi. Sayibona ngisho. So into yakho mayihambisane based on the scenario. This is a harmonic oscillator. The frequency and energy, okay, the energy of a harmonic oscillator is given by this. The frequency is given by this. So you can find it. You know, okay, there's nothing difficult here. You know the mass of that board or that block. And then you know what? This is the block, if I didn't write it, 2 kg. You also know, okay, the spring constant. You substitute that, you get the what? The frequency. Is that fine? Here's why. Alright. Okay, so B, assuming the energy of the oscillator is quantized. Alright, here's the concept. When you say that the energy is quantized, what does it mean, Gonj? 10. What does the term quantized mean? Yes, they've got discrete energy levels. Usually they've got specific energy levels depending on uban on UN. That's why masibhala formula is spelled as En kanje. So the energy depends on the quantum number. And the quantum number is an integer. Angeke usubstitute N of 0.5 noma 0.7. You won't find any that much randomness. It's quantized, specific values of energy. So if they say it's quantized, you already know the energy of that oscillator is given by NHF, the harmonic oscillator. Where N is the quantum number, and then yeah, that's it. What are you shorting of land? I was shorting a lutho. You have the quantum, you are looking for the quantum number. So find the quantum number. So you are looking for uban UN. What do you need? The Planck's constant is a constant, right? The frequency of the oscillator, you need it. And where did you get the frequency? La pi peso. Now frequency, you have it. So you are easily able to get it. Yeah, you will do the rest. Then the human eye is most sensitive to 560 nanometers light. What is the temperature of a black body that would radiate most intensely at this wavelength? Now, so the human eye is most sensitive to a temperature 560 nanometers light. So in layer wavelength, the wavelength of the light, normal of the radiation, which is 500 nanometers. So what is the temperature? So we're looking for the temperature of the black body. So it's most sensitive. The most sensitive, we should say, human eye, iba sensitive kakhulu mawuthi wavelength kanjani. Ikanjeni. Sayabona ngisho. Asho siyasibona ukuthi umuntu makhanyisa light emehlweni wethu, like human eye yethu, if you know biology, automatically it does some mechanism ngisho. It's because of that light intensity. And here it says irradiation yethu, one thing afika nje 560 nanometers, it means that the human eye will definitely sense it. Sayabona ngisho. But if it's not, I think if it's higher than that, or if it's less than that, you cannot sense the radiation. It means that you cannot see it. Just like the radiation coming from this box or infrared, which I cannot see. But there are goggles that are used to see infrared. You can use them to see in the dark. You can be able to see in the dark using infrared. But naturally, your eyes can only see a certain visible light spectrum. So, the human eye, it's most sensitive to this. So, it means lambda max, because it's the most sensitive wavelength possible. So, what is the temperature of the black body that's out? Can you fail to find the temperature of the black body that would be able to produce irradiation having this wavelength? Which law can we use, lab? Wien's displacement law, Angesh. Lambda max times T is equals to 2.898 times 10 to the power of -3. Great deal. We are just doing a review, by the way. The radius of our sun, this was part of the test. Please normalize when there are problems at the end of the textbook. Yeah, normalize when there are problems at the end of the textbook, because chances are yophuma wona engashintshwanga lutho. Njengalawa nje lawa wonke bekhona ku-test amanye njalo, but aphume nje incwadi njengokanjalo. So asiwa-extracteni singawa-creme sazi ukuthi asebenza kanjani. That's why siwabuka kanje. Singathi nje mase kushintshwa into bese uqala usaphisa ama-values asengqondweni yakho because you know it already. Senza ku-electromagnetism. Alright, so the radius of the sun is given by, so the radius of the sun is given by bani? Given by 6.96, or 6.96 times 10 to the power of 8 meters. In layer radius of the sun. Then now what's what? The total power output of the sun is given by 3.85. So the total power is given by 3.85 times 10 to the power of 26. Anish, yes, watts. The power is measured in watts. Now they say, assuming the sun emits as a blackboard, so we're assuming that the sun is the perfect emitter. So we assume that the sun emits irradiation completely. It's a blackboard with an emissivity of 1. Assuming that, calculate its surface temperature. Calculate the surface temperature of the sun if we know the power and the radius. What law can we probably use that? No matter what observation, no matter what finding can we use? It's in. Don't put. Oh, I have a man. T is equals to. John Pam, what's out to say what size in formula? Sigma area inch emissivity T to the power of 4, whereby T is in Kelvin. You already know the power of the sun to be 3.85 times 10 to the power of 26. You need this one. This one is a constant, right? We know it already. Do we know the area of the sun? We can find it, right? We're not directly given, but we are given the radius. How do you find the area then if you are given the radius in this case? 4/3. Kanti sun isekelini. Oh yeah. A volume le 4/3 volume. So area of a sphere 4 pi r squared. The volume of a sphere 4/3 pi r cubed. So sun, I don't think we can say it's a circle, no, it's a square. Guys, I'm sure you'll see. It cannot be two-dimensional. Definitely it's spherical. So the radius is measured from inside. So it's definitely going to give us some area there. Use the radius as well. Funny query. You find the area, then you calculate this. What is the emissivity for this sun? See the emissivity. 1 angisho. Why? It's a blackboard angisho. So I assume that is sun it emits as a blackboard. So automatically it must have that it must have E is equals to 1. And then again after that, using the result of part A, find the maximum intensity for the sun. Maximum intensity for the sun, you have to use one of those laws. Planck's law. Yeah, that huge one. You will use it. Let me just put it once more again. Hopefully there will be a formula sheet provided. Is equals to 2 pi hc squared over bani lambda to the power of 5 e to the power of hc over lambda kbt minus 1. Okay, I don't know which one is best, classical or okay, let's see. So here they say using that information, find the maximum intensity for the sun. Find the maximum intensity for the sun. What's the best idea that you use to find the maximum intensity? Knowing the temperature of the thing, of the sun. What's the best way that you use to find the maximum intensity? Guys, ingasebenza yini there because sun is emitting all radiation of all types of wavelength. Yeah, it's emitting monochromatic light. But try to find out which one is best for IMAX. But you must be able to use the resultant temperature that you found in the previous step. Relate the temperature and the maximum intensity, the maximum number of photons, but there must be some constant there about the sun. I don't know if appendix is there. And then a simple pendulum has a length of 1 meter and a mass of 1 kg. The amplitude of oscillations of the pendulum is 3 centimeters. Calculate the quantum number of the pendulum. So a simple pendulum has got a length of what? 1 meter. So we know that the length of the pendulum is 1 meter. And then you also know that the mass of the pendulum is 1.00 kg. So this is 1.00 meters. And then the amplitude of oscillations of the pendulum. They told you the amplitude then. And this is 3.00 centimeter. Calculate the quantum number. So we are looking for n. Please, guys, will say, ungazamu formula based on what you have. Bese mhlambe cracking on yakho lokhu ucinga iformula ezofaka n no a no m no l ngoba ayikho sidalo nje ayikho leyo formula. So use what you have to find what you can find. Probably you will end up finding what you want, but at least what you can find it. Use the minimum information online. So with the minimum information about a simple pendulum, what can we be able to, what finding can we be able to get from this pendulum? 1 kg, then again the amplitude of the oscillations is given by 1 meter. Then again A is equals to 3 centimeters, mass is 1 kg. The length of the pendulum is 1 meter now. Or A is 3 meters. The length of the pendulum is 1 meter. So you need to use a Lama concept wako. Which formula do you know involves the quantum number? Which formula is related to the quantum number? Which concept is now related to quantum number? Kulokho sikufundile namuhla nje concept oyaziyo nje that depends on the quantum number. Which concept depends on the quantum number? A1, any one concept esiyenzile today. Energy of a what? Of an oscillator. And a simple pendulum, it follows the same pattern as in a harmonic oscillator, right? It follows the same pattern as a harmonic oscillator. So automatically we know we must end up finding this state whereby the energy is quantized by n. The only way to get there is to find the frequency of the oscillating pendulum and to find the energy of the oscillating pendulum. Really, once you have got frequency, the energy, you can find it using the amplitude, right? So it becomes a bit easier. So you just need to find the frequency. Is there any deviations, Lan? What is the frequency? What is the frequency of a simple harmonic oscillator, of a simple pendulum? How do you find the frequency of a simple pendulum? Is it the same as the harmonic oscillator? What is the general formula for the frequency at which this pendulum oscillates? One? Frequency of oscillation of a pendulum. Is it the same or is it different? This you have to somehow revisit the formulas because we're not going to derive them again. But you must find the frequency. try to see what's the simple pendulum yakho. Is it having the same frequency as just a harmonic oscillator? No matter. Mouse they're having the same frequency, well, you're just gonna use 1/2 pi. But see, oh yeah, it's almost the same, right? But the pi depends on the length. You know that, right? So it's just gonna be 1/2 pi into the square root of. So it's 1/2 pi into the square root of the gravitational acceleration over the length. Khumbuleni ngisho ukuthi vele it depends on the it depends on the gravitational acceleration and the length, right? So only the length of the pendulum can affect the frequency of the oscillations. Gravitational acceleration is constant mawuthi sespace C1. So ungafaka u-K simfaka masine block that is oscillating in simple harmonic motion, right? That's harmonic motion. But u-G simsebenzisa masine simple pendulum that is depending on the what? On the gravitational acceleration. Find the frequency there. What is the energy ke yona? How do you find now the energy of a simple harmonic or of a simple pendulum? How to find the energy of a simple pendulum? Probably given the frequency of the simple pendulum. How can you find the energy? So hlula last night length frequency. So hlula we told frequency. So hlula we told no angisho. We do have the length of the pendulum. We do have the gravitational acceleration. Assuming this is on Earth, value is 9.8. So how can we find the energy of a simple pendulum? Because of a harmonic oscillator is half Ka squared, because we have got OK, which is our what? Which is our spring constant, right? But ilana ama oscillations which they are depending on gravitational acceleration. What is the energy? Quick search up if you have derived the formulas before. We'll use the one for small angles. Yeah, we'll use the one for small angles rather. We'll use the one for small angles because we want to complicate it into less. I am finding here U1/2 what? M omega squared, right? Whereby omega is the angular frequency, right? And then multiplied by U1 by the amplitude squared is the energy of a simple pendulum. With simple pendulum, we assume that the angle theta here is so small that it's negligible, such that sine theta will be approximately theta. We've done those derivations before. So angeke sifake ifactor ka-theta lana. Because I think they solved this using some Taylor series or what. They converted it from something theta phakathi, and then they did some mathematics there. Then they found this. And you do have the mass angular frequency for a simple harmonic oscillator. What is it given by? What is it given by? The angular frequency for a simple harmonic oscillator. Or for a simple pendulum. For a simple harmonic oscillator, sakumbula square root of bani K over M angisho. So this one is to be the square root of G over L. Kumbuleni, this is okay, which one is the constant? But I think square root of G over L, somewhere around there. So that's the omega, the angular frequency. Once you find that, the amplitude, you do have it already. Double into the equation no half Ka squared, but low axis Ku M times omega squared for us. It has a name nakhona, it's a constant S. So half S A squared, but a 7 M times omega squared. Then using that, you can find the energy of the what? Of the simple pendulum. And you know that you assume that the energy is quantized by this quantum number. Then you relate the concepts. Eventually, you get the answers. Sayibona ngisho.